Good afternoon, Gambia, and of course, to those watching us beyond the borders of this country. This is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. And of course, on a special interview, an interviewer is interviewing interviewer. So just on a more serious note, welcome back to another edition of Fine TV's entertainment session. But today, I know I am not that much familiar, or you are not familiar with my face on on entertainment session. DJ is the one who is constantly on top of that program, and of course giving our viewers what they deserve to. I am Ibrahim Bay, and I'll be your host today. And with me here today is Kajaru Jalo, right? And then commonly called Portess Dijah. And then you all know, the long-awaited, and of course, the most anticipated poetry album launching, The Token of Love. It would be launched, the 1st of June 2024. But not to waste much time, I would just, introduce my guest here. So, Dija,
Yes,
welcome to Fine TV Gambia, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
thank you so much.
Yeah, Dija. So, like I mentioned earlier on, we will be discussing on different issues, and then of course the central issue to be discussed today would be centered on the token of love that everybody is anticipating. But before that, I would like you to take us through your academic journey. Who is Dija? Where are those Dija started? And then before she reaches this particular level.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. And thanks for having me here today. It's really amazing. Thanks to Fine TV at large. Dija, Khadija, by the name. Khadija Tijala, yeah. I was born and raised in Serekunda. You know, I started my schooling in Serekunda Annex itself. By then, I was too young, let's say grade one, two. Then my dad transferred us to Jabang, where I continued my school in Olindim Lower Basic School. It was a government school. It's still a government school. Then my dad was not that happy with my schooling career. He have to transfer me to another school. And then I ended up moving to Bright Star Basic Cycle School, which is located at Olindum, where I started my grade six again, which is a private school. So through that school, through that journey, I was having a teacher called Auntie Marie Gomez, who is more into this socialization. You understand? Uh, when she saw me, she's like, Dija, you have the qualities, you can do this. It's the time I started doing public speaking. But then me venturing into poetry wasn't something,
You planned.
I planned personally. So this is it. I am a graduate of Maso Senior Secondary School, a former assistant head girl, and then currently at the Gambia College.
Interesting. That is quite a Dija for you. Dija, you've mentioned that that was one of your teachers who really encouraged you, inspired to, to venture into public speaking and other academic related activities. Dija, take us through your inspiration, and then apart from that teacher, who really inspired you to venture into, poetry?
Honorable Mr. Lamin Saidi. He's a first aid volunteer. Used to call him Mosquito. You know, I wrote this first piece called "The Gambia During the Dark Era." When I wrote that piece, it was around 2016. When I wrote the piece, it was interesting. I was not that much into it. Today, when I look at the piece, I keep laughing, because the difference it has,
Absolutely.
So when I wrote that piece, I give it to him. I said, like, Mr. Lamy said, please check this. And when he checked it, he was like, wow, this is amazing, and it's what we're facing. You understand what I mean? So when he looked into it, he was like, look, you have to work hard for this. This is your talent, and this what you're going to do. This what you want to do. You have to plan for it. You have to start it now.
Interesting. So that was around which time?
2016.
2017. So like
2017.
what was the first poem that you've released, and then people, that's where people start knowing who is the poetess DJ, and people started asking question, who is
Yeah.
she?
The first piece I released was Road Accident.
What was the inspiration? What inspired you? Instead of writing piece on different other issues, why did you choose
Road
road accident?
Accident. By that time, accident was too much in the country. So it was like, why? How? How can I advocate for the people? How can I advocate so that people are going to hear what I'm going to say? Because accident is something, that is not good for our country. So I came up with that title, Road Accident. I released two poems together, road accident and death.
So could you give us few lines on
Yeah,
theft or a road accident?
sure, road accident. Roads are linking the world together, bringing people closer, making businesses easier. But road accident now is becoming horrible. It has set fear in the hearts of the people. Road accident is happening daily. We can end this daily accident if both drivers and pedestrians are carefully using the roads. Limiting the speed, we are limiting the risk of accident. Following the commands of the police, we are avoiding the risk of accident.
Yeah. Esteemed viewers, just to remind you once again, this is Fine TV Gambia, only viewpoint, and with me here today is not an individual who is new. On your mobile phone screens or on your television. She is Portess Dijah, and of course, the long awaited event is pending. So Dijah, that was the road accident. So
Yeah.
releasing those two poems, death and road accident. What were some of the challenges that Dijah encountered?
Actually, by that time, things were not that much the ones I encountered. Let's say what I encountered was the challenges, home, the society, doing something that you not appreciated into it. You understand what I mean? So this was the main challenge.
So are you saying that your parents or your family or your relatives were not supportive for you to venture into poetry and other
Yes,
related
when
things?
I started poetry, when I started venturing into poetry, let's say my talent itself, I got nobody who supported me, even my own family members. So I have to struggle for myself.
So by struggling, do you have other individuals who you believe were there for you in thick and thin to make sure that you achieve your dreams?
Yeah, I used to have a call. I used to have a mentor called NK. He used to be called NK the hero poet. Yes, he used to be a mentor of me.
Interesting. So Dija, now to the main thing. That is the token of love.
Okay.
The much anticipated event that is pending. So Dija, take us through how does this name or this title came about, the token of love.
Since I was in grade 12, I have the plan that I'm going to launch my album. Might be this is the only way I can prove to my parents that I can do it, or prove to the people out there, prove to the followers, to my fans that look, DJ can do it. So let's say that was the only way I can launch, I can do this. You understand? So the title came up. Token is something, is a sign or a symbol. You know, when you talk about token of love, xam naa ñu bari dañu foog ne yëfi mbageel, all is
Yeah.
all about
Yeah.
all is about mbageel. But no, token is something, a symbol, a sign of something. You understand what I mean? So is where I bring the title, Token of Love.
Interesting.
But the album, all, let's say all is not about mbageel, love, now.
So what message do you plan to send in this album?
Okay, agriculture, nature itself,
Absolutely, everything is involved.
everything is involved.
Wow. So, what motivates you to, launch, this album on the 1st of June? Because, generally,
Hmm.
it is believed that venturing into such initiatives is just too much. It requires a person who is ready, both physically, mentally, and financially.
Sure.
So, what really motivates you? Do you have a backup? Do you have investors behind you that are telling you, "Let's go, Dija. We'll be there for you."
Yeah, people that appreciate who I am, people that appreciate what I do, those are my organizing committee members.
So
They're friends.
they that individuals that motivate you. So in this country, um, who do you think really is pushing Dija, and then of course making sure Dija realizes her talent.
I can say Sena Mumbai contributed. Yeah, because when I went to her, she really motivated me. And look, girl, you're going to do this. We are like a moving train. We don't
Absolutely
stop. You understand? So I was like, look, I have to do this. She contributed.
interesting. So what currently, hence you look forward to a very successful, poetry album. What are some of the grassroots plans that Dija and team is putting up or is setting to make sure things go as expected?
We're really working hard towards it. As you can see, currently we're working on the production. People are demanding for tickets. We're also working on the tickets and other stuff just to make sure this album let it
The
go
best.
forward. Let it be the best, the first ever female poet to launch an album. People are expecting the best from her,
Wow,
and we
interesting. Yes,
promise to remove
the,
the
the
best.
the first poetry,
Yes,
that would be
independent
launched
female lady.
independent. Absolutely. So this would not be an easy ride, and of course, this shows, DJ's, persistent, DJ's readiness to make sure, she breaks that, glass ceiling to enter into the, to where the male poets are doing. Those who we've
Yeah,
seen,
because male
male
poets
poets,
have been launching
overcoming
album.
launching. So this is a great initiative, and of course, a lady like you pushing the journey is something that is really inspiring. And
Thank
I'm
you.
sure your colleagues down there who are watching would really be inspired to push the journey and realize that if the males, or if the men can do
If
it,
male, if the men can do it,
or the women can do it.
women can do it.
Absolutely. So, DJ, now, how do you plan to sell your tickets? The VIP, the advance, and
The
of course
price
at the
of
gate.
tickets,
Yes.
we do advance 200, gate 300, and VIP 500.
Interesting. So DJ would be, I mean, should I say a
Eh,
millionaire?
yeah.
But like, it is cheap, you attend Dada's program, they'll tell
Exactly.
you 500 advance ticket. But of a poetry where you learn, where you'd be
Land.
inspired, where you would, know things that if you are at home you would not know. I'm sure you can't afford to miss this. Let's meet there. The venue. Where's the venue? Take us to
Ibujan
the venue.
Theater.
So if we don't theater, that place is not a chala chala place. So you have to be there. Let's support a sister. Let's support let's support talent to make sure our sister down there also realize their talent. So Dija,
Mhm.
sponsors. Let's go to your sponsors. Currently, I know it is difficult for a person to take up such a poetry album launching
Yeah.
without consulting individuals, without knocking doors. So since you put this thing in plan, have you reached out to certain institutions, so either being government or private, individuals, philanthropists who you believe would be able to support you either in cash or kind? Have you took that step?
Yeah, when it comes to support, it's not only cash. We have many, or we have motivational speakers out
Absolutely.
there, so which is very important. Actually, I have been distributing my letters. Not all that responded, only few. But then with that, it's not going to stop
Define the
me.
success of your program.
Exactly the point.
Absolutely.
So as of now, they're just still working hard to look for sponsors, while the album is at the corner, and which is not going to cancel it.
So DJ is optimistic. Either come rain, come shine. This album will be launched.
Album will be launched,
Interesting. That
inshallah.
is the belief, optimism to the core. So it is going to take place. The 1st of June. 2024 at the Ibujan Theater. Like she mentioned, tickets at low price. You can afford to measure, like I mentioned. So Dija,
Mhm.
what is your expectation? Of this poetry album. We've seen many poets. That have their album launch for the past years. So they also have expectations. So
Mhm.
what is their expectation at the end of this? The poetry album that would also inspire others to really push the journey, and of course, that would inspire others at any time when they are calls. They'll be there to respond.
I believe once they attend this event, they will not be disappointed. And my expectation is immediately after my album, I want to see my fellow female poets launching album, not albums. I want to see female poets doing this. Let me not be the first and last. We have to push this. You know, the future is there. We have to work hard for it.
So Dija, who will be that Gambia?
Who will be?
Who be that Gambian writer or poet or like a Gambian icon
Mm-hmm.
that Dijah looks up to, that Dijah thinks of whenever she is whenever she is okay, feeling thinking wider. Who does Dijah
I look up
look up to?
to IG.
Who's
You know
IG?
IG? IG Ndumbejo.
Interesting. I think the one that that
Exhibition.
exhibition.
Exactly.
Interesting.
I look
Yes,
up to IG.
she's a smart lady, and of course a lady making difference, lady breaking glass, the glass ceiling into the art, into the area of art.
Sure.
So hence that is concerned, Dija.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say generally? What do you think you can convince the audience that they they have this not miss this token of love poetry album launching?
I am Khadija, a daughter to Fatima, a slave of Allah, a granddaughter to the first creature Adam, a stubborn race from the Mandi warrior Kunta. Just a small definition of Dija.
Interesting. So that is a say that you dare not to miss DJ's poetry album that is coming on our way. Just a month, or let me say a month. That is the 1st of June 2024 at the famous Ibujan Theater.
Theater.
So my people around Brikama, Farado Busumbal, if you have never been to Ibujan Theater, this is a chance, and you can afford to miss it. So Dija,
Mhm.
ultimately, I mean, give us some, poetry verses, some poetry lines before we end this program.
Okay, let me give it. Beginning the pace to spark and free the space you wanna narrow for our face with the pace what you can't embrace to them. It's a case to me. It's lace, maze, grace, so you can't race to erase the pace I've made. The world is spherical in shape. Geography stayed with no tape has been measured. The landscape. Blessings in abundance, nature shade. With no cost we paid farm. The soil is fertile. Drink. The river is given. See, breathe. The oxygen is free. Still we insane. Progress not attained. Every day is a complaint. The truth is chain. We campaign no change. Tell me. Tell me who here has not complained for rain. Rain of success and grace. Less pain, no stain, blood stain. The evil is on the throne. Look, he is plain. Let's shoot and gain. Sanity is the plan. Hard work is never in vain. Maintain hope and be optimistic. The stage is our domain. Let's entertain, sensitize, educate, and advocate for nation building. Poetry is
Our domain. Let's advocate, entertain. I also rhyme there. So you can't really afford to miss this. Interesting program that poetry album launching that is coming on our way the 1st of June. 2024 at the Ibujan Theater. Tickets advance is 200, gate 300, and VIP
VIP 500.
500. Just that what boy, you can afford to miss. So Dija,
Mhm.
ultimately, what message would you have to send to the poetry lovers, young poets, or in fact to your fellow female poets?
The message I will send to my fellow poet is let them never give up on their career, most especially when it comes to poetry. Let them keep pushing. Let them know that nothing comes easy. As a human, I always say you need to have three qualities, and that's passion, patience, and perseverance. Whatever is destined for you, or whatever is destined to you, will surely be yours. But then, how are you going to get it? Through hard work. So that's it.
Interesting inspiration words. From Dijah, the poetess. So you can afford to miss that it is just few things. That she advises. Her colleagues, and of course any other one down there to be persistent, to be hardworking, and to be patient. With this trip, you would be. You would reach the level that you want to reach. So Gambia and those beyond our borders, wherever you might be getting our signals. Please, join hands to support the sister. Join hands to support talent. It's not only about support sister, but supporting talent. So it will take place at the Ibujan Theater. Like I mentioned, the Gambadul, Busumbala Farado. Now, if you have never been to Ibujan Theater, this is a chance, a great chance. DJ is taking you there. Let's meet there on the 1st of June 2024 and get your advance tickets. For just $200 is a gate 300, and of course VIP 500. So we would later share the contacts for the tickets that were the individuals that you can contact to get your tickets from, and of course be set. Let's go. The stage is our domain, like she said. So until then, I was your host Ibrahim Mbai, and this is of course Fine TV Gambia only viewpoint. Like our programs, don't only like, subscribe, and of course comment and reach out to whenever you have programs relating to education, health, sports, in whatsoever domain you have programs. Reach out to our admins. They will be there to give you the coverage that you want. Until then, I thank you for watching, and then bye bye from my side.